hour has never been darker. Amidst our broken Imperium, ancient horrors rise to steal what remains of the Emperor's light. Yet, hope remains. Our Primarch has returned to us. Through him, we are reborn, blessed with the strength to endure. And in enduring, we prevail. We are the Ultramarines. We are the slayers of kings. None shall stay our wrath.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam Wintwood and we are going through the box contents for the Space Marine side of the newly revealed Indomitus box set for 9th edition Warhammer 40,000. If you missed the stream last night, I've done a review video, so check that out. But for this one, we're just going to go through the Space Marine models, and we have pictures for most of the sprues as well, so that's going to be really cool. So the first model we're looking at is the Captain. This might be my favorite model of the Space Marines. One of my favorite models is actually the Necrons. We'll get to that in another video. But there's just so much detail on here. It's just packed with detail. It's going to take paint really nicely. And it may even be really good for some contrast paints, because there's just so much stuff for the paint to grip on. We've got just purity seals everywhere. We have the skeleton shield. That's one thing we cannot forget. That's been amazing. What we also get though is 3 different heads. I don't know if this will just be the sprue for the Indomitus box and the actual starter set box, which will be different. Well, similar. I don't know if the sprue will have those options or if they'll be all push fit. As far as I've seen so far, most of the models are not push fit. But I haven't really looked at the sprues too much. I've compiled all the images together, but I wanted to go at it with you guys. So here we are. Yeah, I really do love this model. Like I said, so much detail, so much stuff for paint to grip on. We've got the creepy skeleton man on the front. How that stays on the shield and not get destroyed in battle, I've got no idea. Maybe force fields. But this model is just brilliant. I actually really love the helmet that they've used in this image. And from what I can tell from the other ones, there is a bare head and also a closed version of the helmet that they're wearing. So I like it. A couple of different options, and it adds a lot of stuff to your bits box. And we also have a creepy Necron there on the ground and a nice rocky base. So that is kind of cool. Next up, we have the Lieutenant. Again, it's a lieutenant. It's a Space Marine army. You've got to have an army of lieutenants. This looks like it's more easy to build-ish. Also not quite. There's a lot of bits you can get out of there. I do love the pose, and it's a very strong striking pose with the Volkite weapon, which looks really, really cool. Yeah, again, like, just paint is just going to stick to this really nicely. And I'm very happy about the direction that they've gone here. Not much else to say. It's pretty much is what it is. It's a lieutenant. So let's move on to the next one, which is the Chaplain. So this is iconic Chaplain. It's not like the original Primaris Chaplain, which I didn't really like, and to be honest, I don't think it was that well received. I don't recall it being received that well. It's just a giant cloak and a pimp stick. It's a bit weird. It's almost similar pose as well to this one, but this harkens back to the original Space Marine Chaplain, so I really do like it. Again, lots of detail in there. The paint's going to stick on it. On the sprue, it seems to be, the body seems to be cut in half. I can see if you look at the top of the sprue there, you can see half the body, and then I think just below that there is the other half with the head attached to the front of the body. So it seems to be a mix of how they're going with models at the moment, which are sort of sliced up and then put together, rather than you have the front of the body, the back of the body, the legs, the arms, the shoulder pads. It seems to be going that way, but that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I think it allows them to do much more dynamic poses with a lot more dressing on there. So purity seals that actually match the body and the movement of the body. So we have that one. Next one we have this fella, the Judicaire. How on the stream everyone had problems pronouncing the name, so I think it's going to be one of those issues. It does have the old Primaris Chaplain cloak, but whatever. I kind of like the model. Now I've seen the other Chaplain, I prefer the other Chaplain model. But he's got a giant clock, got no time for your crap, giant sword to just kill you, chop your head off. Oh my god, I've got a sore throat coming. It's really bad. But yeah, I couldn't see exactly where it was on this sprue, but you can see the sword there and the hourglass. So it'd be split up against the rest of the sprue. But I couldn't see too much detail of that on there. The next one we have is the Blade Guard. So again, there seems to be one sprue that has a lot of detail on it. So we've got the Blade Guard, and we'll see that we'll have the Blade Guard Ancient, the Chaplain, and the Judicaire, however you pronounce it. So it all seems to be on one sprue, or split over like 1-2 sprues. So that probably gives you an indication of what will be in the starter set. I think there may be a few models that aren't included, but we don't know that yet. Again, these models, just heaps of detail. Giant holsters for giant guns, which is always fun. I love the shields. I think that they've really gone above and beyond what we would expect from Primaris Marines. And I'm happy that they've they've gone this direction. Makes sense to me, lore-wise. So it's packed on this sprue here. We can see that on the sprue on the bottom half, there are 3 shields, and the rest of the models will be on there somewhere. So the Blade Guard Ancient. Creepy skull with wings banner. Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. It looks cool. But what I've noticed, the Blade Guard Ancient doesn't have a weapon. He may have a pistol. I'm looking on the sprue to see if I can see that. Oh yeah, he does seem to have like one of the Volkite weapons. If you look on the sprue, you shouldn't be able to miss it. And you look down around his waist, there seems to be one of the giant holsters. So he does have a gun, which is good. But I love this banner. I think it's just so grimdark. Love it. And he has like a lock, and the Ancient is holding the guy's hand for some reason, because why not? I'm sure there's some reason for that, but it's a bit weird, but that's fine. I don't mind the cloak too much. I don't mind that there's variations in the cloak, so it's kind of cool. Kind of split down the legs and the sort of weird shoulder coverings on top. That's not too bad. Alright, so on to the next one. Now we get to the troops, the Eradicators. I only realised that I couldn't find them on the sprue, but it seems to be on the sprue with the Blade Guard. So if you're looking for them, you can go back, pause the video and have a look through there. Yeah, 3 of these boys. Not much really to say about them. Wearing the nice thick boy armour with melter guns, which is going to be very useful against the Necrons. I don't think there's anything that different. I think, are the helmets slightly different to the original armour? I'm not sure. It seems to be a bit more ornate, more panels and little panel inserts, which is kind of cool. I like how they just got extra detail in here. Now onto the Assault Intercessor. So there seems to be 2 sprues of those, or at least 1 repeated sprue. So by the looks of it, if you look through the image, it looks like there's it's a set of 5. So I'm just looking through. Yeah, it looks like a set of 5. And then you can do stuff with the Sergeant. I'm thinking that once I get my hands on these, I may have a go at doing a bit of green stuff, giving them some tabards and loincloths and a few more purity seals, just a little bit more. I don't mind the poses at all. I think the poses are really nice, really moving and charging into battle as the Assault Intercessors should be. Sprue wise, it looks, yeah, that looks pretty good. Looks like sliced really well. Looks like the top half of the bodies are all one piece, and then you have an extra leg that you attach to it, and then the 2 arms are separate, which makes sense for that sprue. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty clean sprue. I like it. You can get a lot of bits out of that, and it's good that they've finally got chainswords. I'm quite happy about that. And finally, we have the bikes. There's been a lot of talk about these bikes, how chunky they are, how if you hit a pebble, then you're going to go tumbling over. I don't mind. I love the chunkiness of it. And that suspension at the front, it just gives this feel that this is a really hard-working, well-protected machine. I can just see those front wheels going up and down, suspension really holding onto those wheels. Yeah, I want more of them. Makes me really want to do a White Scars army, particularly with the other teased ATV, which we're going to do a video on probably later today or tomorrow. But yeah, I don't have a problem with them. They're just chunky, and they look like they have a lot of weight to them. Where you compare it to the Gene Stealer Cult bikes, whatever they're called. They look, they're like dirt bikes, so you can zip around. You can feel like that they have a lot of maneuverability. These bikes don't look like they do, but they just look like, oh, this is going to run you over. Don't get in the way because you're going to get shredded. And then they might stop and just stomp on your head just for good measure. So I do like the bikes. Very nice design. So that's where we're going to leave this video, because I need to get on and do the Necron one. But yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed looking at these with the sprues from the live stream. Definitely, if you tell me in the comments what your favorite model is. Mine is it's a toss-up between the Captain and the Chaplain. I think I'm going to go to Captain. I think that's the right one. But definitely leave a comment below, and if you have enjoyed, please like the video and subscribe, because I'm going to have a lot more 9th edition stuff coming out. I'm so excited to get my hands on the box and do an unboxing and go through every content very, very closely. But who knows when that will be. Alright, that's all for now. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.